Alright YouTube, how's it going? I'm back with another video, the fourth daily upload in a row. I'm pretty excited to keep this train going. Today's video is just going to be a talk over of a Season 6 ranked game that I won with the 1v2 at the end. I want to start this video off by saying I'm sorry for the late upload last night. I worked a double. Tomorrow's video is also going to be late because the Fight Night update will not drop until 12 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, and then I have to wait for it to download, and then I got to record the video, and then I got to put it up. It's going to be a late night. It probably won't hit till like the next morning, but if so, then it'll just upload. It'll just count as tomorrow's upload, and I'll just upload another video on the same day. But today we're going to go through and we're going to explore the patch notes that have been put out, because there's a lot of pretty good updates coming. There's some nerfs coming. There's a lot of good things coming. I want to start by saying that the Pathfinder background story was fucking top tier, but so far the patch notes don't look too bad. You know, nothing too big is going on. Just some simple nerfs and buffs, and then like some more hotkeys coming. Caustic and Rampart are both receiving a bit of love for their tactical cooldowns. Rampart's amped cover will see a decreased cooldown from 30 to 20 seconds, and Caustic's gas trap cooldown would decrease from 25 to 20 seconds, which is kind of good for Caustic, because Caustic had a small buff. He had a slight nerf with the release of Season 7, with the loss of vision blur in the gas, but the increased damage. And now his traps are going to take less time to put out. They can both put out like 3 every minute. There's some weapon meta changes, but nothing too big. The Hemlock receives yet another slight nerf to balance the weapon. Hopefully, it's kind of killing things out in ranked. It's going to get a damage decrease from 22 to 20. And the Mastiff is going to receive a slight nerf with the decrease to its range from about 7.5 to 10 degrees. So basically, you just can't snipe with it, and if you do hit shots, it's not gonna do anything. You know, we're gonna get more 13s when it comes to longer shots. And the Prowler is getting which is, so you guys know, if you haven't been keeping up, if you haven't played this season, the Prowler and the R99 have switched. So now the R99 is Floor Loot, and the Prowler is an heirloom weapon, as I like to call it, because it's red rarity, and it's going to get a little buff when it comes to ammo reserve, and it's going to go from 175 to 210, which I think, in my opinion, is good. It's not too broken. You can use it as a burst AR. I think that was much needed. And there's going to be some quality of life updates, where we're getting a few noteworthy changes. And I'm most excited about the Mark All As Seen button in the hotkey for ultimate accelerants. That's going to be really nice. You don't have to go into your inventory to use ultimate accelerants, and whenever you go through alpha packs and everything, you can just mark all as seen. You don't have to go through everything from the battle pass. Nothing you don't want equipped. You can just mark it all as seen. Nobody cares to go through like other legends and, you know, select everything, and especially when you don't have that legend bought and you get something for that legend, and then you have to like go through and select, you know, that like banner or something, and then it just shoots you automatically to like the purchase this legend screen when like you didn't want to. You just wanted to show that you've seen it. You wanted the red mark to go away. They also added a slight I'm not sure what to call it, like a little fix where if one of your party members leaves the lobby as all of you guys are like joining a game, everyone in the lobby will be marked as not ready, so you guys don't get thrown into a game after someone in your party got disconnected. And now, which one thing that this is what I'm most excited for. Whenever like when you need to be respawned and you're pinging a respawn beacon, it pings the nearest respawn beacon in the next circle, like the safest in a way. But they're going to change it to where it's going to ping the nearest respawn beacon. Like, instead of pinging the one that's like 200 meters away but in a safe storm, it's going to ping the one that's like literally right next to you, which in my opinion is good. And there's like a bunch of bug fixes, I guess, that some of you guys have been going through. I went through a couple of them for 9 different legends. I guess it hasn't just been like the best season for certain legends, but some of them are pretty obscure bugs. Wraith's portals being destroyed by tridents, Bloodhound's UIs disappearing after using Horizon's tactical, Rampart being able to place Sheila on top like while in the phase runner, and then the bug fixes, in my opinion, that I am glad to be fixed, because that had to happen to me a couple of times, is when Bangalore's ult missiles are passing through closed doors on World's Edge, and that would just fuck people up. And there were certain windows that Loba's bracelet couldn't teleport through, even though it's like clear that you could. That's also been fixed. And there's another bug fix that they're talking about where Mirage, where people are saying he's getting quote unquote buffed, where Mirage's clones are now going to have footsteps. And I want to just like say this now. That's not a buff per se. Mirage has always had footsteps on his clones. It was just taken out around Season 4. And it wasn't like a nerf thing. So the way that they have this game set up, you can only hear so many things at once. Especially that it's a battle royale and it's like something that you just have to like get in. You know, it's like it can be super fast paced, and you need to hear certain things. You need to hear over others, if that makes sense. They have to prioritize certain things, like call outs from the team, like you know, game chat, like the call outs from like Wraith's passive, and like hearing people's footsteps and things like that. When it comes to things like that in the game, Mirage has always somewhat had it. It's just that when there's so much coming in at once for sound, when you need to hear, there's certain things that get cut out that you won't be able to hear, which is why in the later seasons you couldn't really hear certain people coming up behind you when you were in fights and stuff, is because certain noises would be cut out to make other noises primarily there for you to hear them, if that makes sense. Which is why they had to fix those kinds of things when you couldn't hear teammates coming on you and everything. That sounded pretty bad. You couldn't hear teammates like rotating around you and things like that. It's because they prioritized other sounds in the fight that you were in. So with that being said, it's not a Mirage buff, but at the same time, people don't really like it because it seems a little too much for Mirage's, like, for all of Mirage's, like, clones to get footsteps. Which, in my opinion, I'm with the devs on this, because Mirage is a playable character, and he's still really good. But then again, he's only good because of metas and like hoodwinking or bamboozling, as you should say, your enemies. Because if you think about it, Mirage is only good if you can get a 1-up on your enemy. You know, it came from like walking in a line. Like now people know, like they can generally pick out where the Mirage is. Just shoot through all the Mirages, you'll get the Mirage at one point in time. You know, running around in circles and acting like you're just a clone, sometimes it just doesn't work like that. So basically, the devs are saying, they released it in a tweet saying basically he's gonna keep buffing Mirage until it's game breaking, so he knows where Mirage should stand, per se, because the game's going to keep evolving. The legends need to keep evolving. There's always going to be nerfs. There's always going to be buffs. The players are going to get better, you know. So instead of nerfing everything to the ground, nerfing certain characters to the ground, just make other characters better. Rework other characters. They were talking about making it to where Mirage's clones even shot blanks, where it was harder to find where the actual Mirage was. And it seems broken, it seems overpowered, but you have to think about other characters. So yeah, Mirage could have clone footsteps coming back. Mirage may have a comeback this season, and maybe it won't last very long. On top of that, I've also heard a lot about Watson getting reworks, because she's good, but then again, she's not like the best. On top of Wraith, they don't like the win rate when it comes to Wraith, right? Wraith is the most playable character. She's the character that has the most wins whatsoever, which is fine. But they want to rework her. So basically, instead of just nerfing her to the ground, they're gonna kind of do her the way that they did Pathfinder, where they're going to rework her hitbox, but they're gonna make her L1 and ultimate like better. Like her attack and ultimate, like her attack's gonna be instant like it was beforehand. Her ult's gonna make her move faster. Her ult's gonna last longer. Things like that. But they're gonna rework her hitbox quite a lot. So get ready for that for the Wraith mains. They're saying there will be back on the Mirage thing. They said there will up to be 10 pairs of Mirage footsteps heard within this fix. And on top of that, it's not gonna be anything too big, because then again, when it comes to all the sounds being heard, they're gonna cut. That's gonna be one of the first few things to be cut, right? When there's so many callouts, guns, other characters. You know, they're gonna want to prioritize other actual like breathable legends than like the clones. So slowly the other clones will die out. You know which one's which, but expect that buff. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the patch notes. There's going to be 2 LTMs, which is Pathfinder's Town Takeover and Airdrop Escalation Takeover. And I think it was pretty much just like, you know, if you've seen the videos, then you can kind of figure out what those are. If you haven't, you should go watch it. Pathfinder's Town Takeover kind of just seems like it's not going to be an LTM. I think the LTM is going to be the airdrop escalation, where basically like instead of having to deal with finding your weapons all the time, there's going to be hella more airdrops, and you're going to be able to open the airdrop, find like a random golden gun with hella ammo, or like a random blue kitted out weapon with ammo. But I think the Pathfinder takeover is just like a little map takeover where you go in and they make you drop your guns and you just box, and you probably get rewards or have to do challenges for it. Of course, there's going to be a set of challenges that you can complete to get cosmetics and things like that. They do for everything. The escalation thing, there's been talk like for the airdrop escalation. There's been talk. Remember, if you played Apex Legends before, the Evo shields were like the new shields. The Evo shields were meant, they were in an LTM first, or just like you just found one and used it. Like it wasn't the main shield. People and the devs, like everybody loved it so much they ended up being the new mainstream thing. So with this new LTM, it's also like a little bit of a test on what we can do to get guns quicker and get fights faster, you know, get fully kitted weapons better, because sometimes like a non-fully kitted R301 can get totally beat out by like a fully kitted alternator at points in time. You know what I mean? Like, of course these games come with like what you're comfortable with, but at the same time certain kitted guns will beat other non-kitted guns. So maybe this will bring something towards like not being able to find the loot that you want, or not being able to find the hop-ups that you want and things like that. Maybe this will change a little bit. Maybe we'll find this to be a thing in the game. You know, maybe they'll do guns kind of like Evo shields. The more damage you do to them, the higher rarity they are, the better attachment you get. That would be pretty cool. Apex Legends, if you do that, I want some money. But I'm kind of excited for it. Of course, we're gonna have challenges to do. We're gonna have cosmetics to get. On top of that, for this LTM, Gibraltar's getting an heirloom. We're going to have like event things. Like you're going to have free event cosmetics that you can get, and then you're going to have event cosmetics that you buy, like they do every other time. You buy them, and you buy all of them, like you complete the list and everything. You craft all of them. You get Gibraltar's heirloom. I probably won't do all of that because I don't really care for Gibraltar or anything like that. I kind of... Wraith is the only one that I play with, really, or maybe Lifeline. So she's kind of the only heirloom I want to get. It's too late to get that. On top of that, there's also talk about other like season 3 or 4 events coming back like in season 8. So that's pretty cool to see. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I know it probably sounded really weird to hear me talk this entire time. I kind of like getting on the mic and just talking to you guys. I think it's kind of cool. I really enjoy it. But hope you guys enjoy. I will say that tomorrow's video is probably going to be a little late, but it's fine. We'll get it up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe. I hope you guys find each other. Hope you guys find yourselves. Hope you guys take care of each other. Hope you guys take care of yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.